Hey, good morning. I'm Stephanie Ramirez. Time right now, 4 o'clock on this Tuesday, July 21st. Thank you for starting your morning with us right here on Fox 5 and streaming on Fox Local. Here's what's happening today. Another hot day on tap. This one could bring a chance for severe storms this afternoon. We're tracking your out-the-door forecast so you know when to pack that umbrella. In Maryland, one county is gearing up for a controversial vote on ghost guns. What the vote could mean is what we're talking about for residents and those legally carrying a firearm, plus a showdown in the Commonwealth. Why a controversial power line project is now heading all the way to the state's highest court. Your News at 4 starts right now. All right, good Tuesday morning for you. So Jacqueline's not here, but she is going to be with us later this morning. Don't worry, everybody. 2 more hours. Good morning, Taylor.
Yeah, she has to sleep in.
Right off the bat, I'm jealous about that, but right off the bat, we do have to warn people we have some serious weather coming today.
Yeah, today's going to be active weather day, so we'll be under an enhanced severe weather threat, which we're not, typically put under. So any travel plans across the mid-Atlantic, heads up, we're going to see some storms out there. So maybe a couple of storms early this morning. You're not seeing much right now, but the severe threat with those should be limited. It's by the afternoon and evening where we could see some things be impacted by this. So, of course, we'll talk more about the timing, who's going to see the storms, and when we'll get some relief insight coming up here in a couple of minutes. Stephanie?
All right. Thank you, Taylor. 4:01 right now, we begin with breaking news out of the district. A shooting investigation near a hospital in Northwest D.C. Let's get to Fox 5. Melanie Onwick live on scene with some details. Hey, Mel, what can you tell us right now?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, D.C. police have not released a lot of information on this. So we're right here, right out in front of the entrance to Washington Hospital Center. So this is Michigan Avenue and 1st Street. But what we understand from D.C. police is that this actually began about a block down the street at North Capitol and Michigan Northwest. At this point, they say there is still a lookout for 3 juvenile males on a scooter, all suspects wearing all black clothing with masks. And let me show you some video also from this scene overnight as D.C. police were still investigating. We know they brought out canine dogs that were searching for guns. And we also know that, when we see the scene here, there right where we're standing, there was crime tape and there was a scooter on the ground as well. So, again, not a lot of information here in terms of the ages of the suspects, but of the victim, I should say. But at least we can tell you, according to D.C. police, that all 3 suspects are considered to be juvenile males, and the investigation here continues as we work to get more information. We'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Mel. We'll definitely check back in with you in a bit. Today, the Montgomery County Council will vote on a bill that would restrict ghost guns and limit where people can legally carry. Among those changes, the bill creates a 100-yard buffer zone for concealed carry near public buildings and spaces. It's in response to a Maryland Supreme Court decision in April that struck down part of a similar measure. The court ruled that it was a problem for people with state licenses who are traveling on highways near public buildings. A local gun rights group has vowed to sue the county if the council passes the proposed bill. Checking in on other top stories this morning in Loudoun County, Virginia, a legal battle over Dominion Energy's controversial Golden to Mars power line project is heading to Virginia's Supreme Court. This is after state regulators rejected a final request to pause the 185-foot transmission line plan. Fox 5's Maureen Ume will have more in a live report in the next half hour. Police, they arrested Kyle Gosweiler for the suspicious death of a 78-year-old woman found inside the Sonesta Suites in Falls Church, Virginia. Authorities made the discovery last Tuesday. Gosweiler, who is being held without bond, is accused of concealing her body and obstruction of justice after he allegedly refused to let officers into the room. Not clear yet if the suspect and the victim knew one another. And an Army veteran, we are learning, has been arrested for igniting a fire outside of a Manhattan federal building. This happened yesterday. Andrew Arabaka was apprehended at the scene. Investigators say he was pulling a cart with a pellet gun, fireworks, and other items that allegedly included anti-ice materials. 3 people suffered minor injuries in the incident. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is investigating. It's official. Gas-powered leaf blowers will be banned in Arlington County. The county voted unanimously for a 29-month phase-out period, setting a final deadline to ban for January 1st. That's a final deadline of the ban, actually, for January 1st of 2029. Officials say that the timeline will give small lawn care businesses room to invest in new electric equipment. Meantime, Alexandria will hold another meeting on its decision to ban gas-powered leaf blowers. That ban goes into effect November 17th and will apply to any leaf blower or vacuum powered by gasoline, diesel, or alcohol. Violators could face up to $500 in noise fines. Tonight's meeting begins at 7 at the Charles Houston Recreation Center. It's 4:05 now, so let's get outside. Time to check weather and traffic. There goes the cam at the wharf taking a look at the Washington Monument this morning. We can see it. So the Canada smoke
Yes.
is not impacting there, but some serious weather possibly later. What time do we think that's going to happen?
Yeah, the biggest concern for today is this severe weather threat. So timing looks to be more or less afternoon through the evening. There could be a couple of rounds that actually comes through. So regardless, just be on alert throughout most of the daytime. So talking high temperatures yesterday, we actually got into the mid to upper 80s for most of you. Reagan Airport hitting 87 degrees right there. Today will be actually a little bit warmer than that and will be significantly more humid. So temperatures right now, we're in the mid to upper 70s. It feels certainly uncomfortable because that humidity kind of built overnight and it continues to rise throughout this morning. Going to be a very July humid day for sure. We have a warm front lifting northward as it does. It could maybe ignite a couple of isolated showers or a stray storm this morning. So don't be surprised by that. But I do think the severe weather threat should be limited towards this afternoon. Temperatures should get into the upper 70s around 9 a.m. Mid 80s by noon, upper 80s with a better chance for storms by 5 p.m. High temperatures today, that's what you're looking at, low 90s. It's going to feel uncomfortable out there just because we'll have that high humidity as well. We'll see maybe another round of storms tomorrow, and then things get so much more refreshing towards the end of the week. We're going to see the humidity drop off and the sunshine break back out by Thursday and Friday. So we'll talk more about that 7-day coming up. Stephanie?
All right, thanks, Taylor. Let's get outside, get a look at the roads. The outer loop Morningside. There's construction to tell you about between Allentown Road and Ritchie Marlboro Road. Traffic is getting by in the right lane only, just minor delays at this hour. And then let's head on over to DC 295 southbound northeast. There's construction to tell you about there between Eastern Avenue and Benning Road. Traffic getting by in the right lane only, just minor delays at this hour. And I-95 northbound main lanes, you can see in the screen there, the video showing some construction between Virginia 630 Courthouse Road and Virginia 610. Traffic getting by in the left lane only. Minor delays to report there. 4:07 right now, and the United States and Iran continue to exchange attacks as fighting over the Strait of Hormuz intensifies. Tehran targeted another tanker earlier this morning, forcing its crew to abandon ship as the U.S. launched another round of airstrikes. The two countries inching closer to all-out war. There are signs of peace talks, though, that they could resume. Iran's interior minister traveled to Pakistan. Pakistan is a key mediator in the conflict. The latest strikes come as the Pentagon identified the two soldiers killed by Iranian attack on a U.S. base in Jordan. 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez and 25-year-old First Lieutenant Tyler James Freehan. They're both killed in the early hours of Saturday. U.S. Central Command also reported a third service member missing. They are examining unidentified remains found on Sunday. Also happening today, President Donald Trump will meet with Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun in Washington. Lebanon's leader pushing for a full Israeli troop withdrawal following last month's framework agreement to end the war. Both leaders are also expected to discuss a historic plan to strip Iranian-backed militant group Hezbollah, which is based out of Lebanon, of its weapons. U.S. gas prices, they've surged again amid the escalating conflict in the Strait of Hormuz. A year ago, drivers were paying an average of around $3.14 a gallon. Pump prices began climbing following the start of the Iran war in February, hitting a peak of $4.56 in May. Prices briefly moderated when the U.S. and Iran reached an interim deal. However, they've risen again as both sides continue to launch strikes. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gasoline is back up to $4. The Department of Justice announced an investigation of Harvard University's financial aid for international students. The agency is probing whether the school discriminates against American students by allowing Chinese donors to create scholarships that exclude Americans. Harvard accepts foreign funding through donations and provides need-based scholarships to international students on the same basis as U.S. students. Federal grants are reserved for American students, while Harvard says it has its own scholarship funding available to foreign students. President Trump is imposing new 50% tariffs on some Canadian goods, accusing Canada of discriminating against American products and industries. The tariffs target a range of imports, including wine, hockey sticks, even cement. They are set to take effect in 30 days. Last week, the president posted on social media that he wanted to tax Canada because of the wildfire smoke coming from Ontario. The new plane that Qatar donated for Air Force One is being temporarily taken out of service. President Trump announcing that the jet will be out of commission for about a month for security upgrades. There have been security concerns surrounding the new Air Force One. The New York Times reported that it did not have the same anti-missile capabilities as the old model. 410 right now and still ahead. If you have a heavy foot, you may want to fix that. Details on the overhaul happening on the streets of Montgomery County that's forcing drivers to slow down. Plus, in handcuffs and back in court, the controversial influencers, the Tate brothers, go before a judge as their legal troubles continue. The new push to keep them from being extradited back to the UK on criminal charges. We'll have more when we return.